So how does a new LLC get funded with only 10 days in business? Well, I'm going to answer that question in this video today. Not only would I answer that question, but I'm also going to break down the amount from each different banks and the type of funding that was needed. So let's unpack it. Let's jump right into it. So the very first thing we did, we went to Truist Bank. Now, if you're not familiar with Truist Bank, it's not a national bank. So national banks are, let's say, a Wells Fargo, Bank of America, a Chase Bank. They practically in every state. No, this is a regional bank. So you won't find this bank in every state and every different locations. You won't find it. Now, the things about regional banks, they have good products if you build a nice relationship with them, but more on that later. So let's break down exactly what type of funding we got from Truist Bank. So went to Truist Bank and got a $10,000 unsecured business credit card. Now let's break down an unsecured business credit card. This means that we didn't have to put up any collateral. So for example, when you get a secure loan, secure business credit card, secure business line of credit, you have to put up some type of collateral, some type of asset, such as cash, let's say your home, maybe your car, your boat, gold watch, art, right? Some type of asset that's going to secure that loan. So it's backed by something. That loan is backed by something, real estate, piece of property, something. So we went to Truist Bank, got a $10,000 unsecured business credit card with 0% interest, right? As an intro period. So this means in 12 months, we don't have to pay any interest on this particular credit card. So we have a $10,000 unsecured business credit card with 0% interest, which is really powerful. So this means if we have to buy some type of equipment, some type of inventory, maybe pay our staff, maybe invest in some type of systems, maybe an office space. I don't know what it is in order to start, grow, or scale your business, but you have to invest in something that's going to bring you cash flow. So we can use this particular card, right? So that's the first thing we did. Went to Truist Bank and got a $10,000 unsecured business credit card. Now, don't fret. I am going to break down how you can achieve this too as well. So make sure you watch this video all the way through after I give you the rundown on the different banks we went to, right? Then I'll break down the different types of funding. Then I'll break down how you can achieve this too as well. So the second thing we did after we went to Truist Bank, we went to Bank of America. So we went to Bank of America and got an $8,000 unsecured business credit card with 0% interest for 9 months. All right. So we went to Bank of America. Now, this is a national bank. So the first bank was a regional bank. Then we went to a national bank. Now, the third bank we went to, now this is where it get a little interesting. Here's why. Because we had to switch up the different type of funding that we wanted to get. Now, we didn't get an unsecured business credit card from Wells Fargo, right? Because at the time, they didn't have one. But now they have an unsecured business credit card. That's another video for another topic, another subject. However, let's stick to this. So now we got an unsecured business line of credit from Wells Fargo. Let me tell you how we accomplished this. Now, if you haven't been following my videos, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. That's the first thing you need to do. But my previous videos, I always talk about building a relationship with these financial institutions because this person had a relationship with Wells Fargo. Now, what do I mean by a relationship? It's simple. You can have a personal account with them, a business checking account with them, a saving account with them. You can have a merchant account with them, a secure credit card with them, an unsecured credit card with them, right? You can have one of their products, one of their service, but they know that they're going to know, like, and trust you because you have their product. So that's building a relationship with these banks. So we were able to get a $14,000 business line of credit. It's called an SBA, Small Business Advantage Line of Credit. Wells Fargo has 3 different types of business line of credit. Now, one, you have to be in business for 2 years. That's for their first business line of credit. The second one, the SBA business line of credit, it can be a brand new business. So that's the one we went to. Open up a business checking account. As we open up that business checking account, we ask for the business line of credit for a brand new business. See, this is a prime example where you have to know what products to ask for when you walk into a financial institution. So for example, if we were to walk into Wells Fargo and ask for a business loan, we would have got turned down immediately. Here's why. Because in order for you to get a business loan, you have to be in business for 2 years. That's one of the requirements. So straight out the gate, we would have got denied because this is a brand new business, only 10 years old. So there's no way Wells Fargo would have gave us a business loan, or we would have asked for the wrong business line of credit. We would have got turned down. So being knowledgeable or going to these financial institutions, knowing what products and service you want, that goes a long way. And also, this client had a relationship with Wells Fargo. That goes a long way too. So we got approved for a $14,000 business lines, unsecured business line of credit, no collateral. Now, business line of credit does not come with 0% interest, but it's the best form of funding you can find, because unlike an unsecured business credit card, where if you want to get cash, you have to be very creative, right? You have to liquidate that credit card, turn that credit into cash. So I have a whole video on that too as well. But turn your credit into cash, you have to do something like that. But with a business line of credit, you get best of both worlds. Not only is it revolving like a credit card, but also you only pay back what you use in interest. So out of the 14,000, he decided to use 4,000. He only paid interest on that 4,000, pay it back. Now he can reuse it, and it goes directly into his business checking account. That's the power of a business line of credit. Now, majority of the time, if you go to national banks and regional banks, most of the time you will have to show documentations like 2 years tax returns, bank statements, paycheck stubs. But again, if you had that relationship, most of the time, some of the time, I would say, they will bypass those documents. Okay, so we got 10 from Truist, we got 8 from Bank of America, and we got 14,000 from Wells Fargo, which is an unsecured business line of credit. Now, if you notice, that was a different types of funding. The first two was credit lines, aka business credit cards. Then we got a business line of credit, whole different type of product. So understand that. Now, we went to Chase Bank next and got a $15,000 unsecured business credit card, the Ink card, which is they got 4 business credit cards, Premier, Preferred, Unlimited, and also the cash, right? We got the cash, the business cash Inc., right? 12%, 0% APR, 0% APR intro for the first 12 months. We don't have to pay any interest on it, all right? No annual fee. This is from Chase. So we got an unsecured business credit card from Chase Bank, which is great. Now, he didn't have a relationship with Chase prior to that. I'm always telling you should have a relationship with these banks by opening up a checking account, business account, but sometimes it's not needed. It just all depends. And I'm going to break down the requirements and the qualifications and the data points right after this. So we got that from Chase, $15,000. And then we went to American Express, right? We went to American Express and got their blue cash card. Now, this is really important because it's a 0% for 12 months too as well. It's an unsecured business credit card from American Express. So that was for $10,000. So if you add that up, that's 57,000, right? Truist, 10,000, Bank of America, 8,000, Wells Fargo, 14,000, Chase, 15,000, then 10,000 then we got 10,000 from American Express. And these are all revolving lines of credit, meaning unsecured business credit cards and business lines of credit. These are all forms of revolving credit because there's 2 different types of credit, revolving and installment. Just a quick note, installment is like mortgage loan, car loan, personal loan, business loan, student loans, child support, all installment. Anything with a fixed interest and a fixed principal rate. Revolving is the opposite. does not have a fixed interest and does not have a fixed principal rate, right? I digress, but you get my point. But revolving is always more credible in the eyes of the lender because it shows that you can manage debt because it's attached to your credit utilization. Are you tracking? Now, I teach all this on my Patreon, so if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my Patreon. The link will be in the description where I teach you how to liquidate credit cards, credit card stacking, all the information I'm talking about now, the best 0% interest credit cards, how to get 0% interest credit cards. So you get access to all that. Now, let me get back to it. Now, so that's 57,000, right? Now, I didn't include, because at the same time, we got 2 American Express business credit cards as well. Now, this person had a relationship with American Express too, had personal credit cards. So when we applied for the business, there was no hard inquiry. That's the best part. So we didn't get that hard inquiry from American Express. So American Express pulled from Experian. I'm going to get to that right now on why that's important. But we also got 2 additional credit cards from American Express, which is charge cards. So and they both had a preset limit. Because charge cards have a preset limit. They both have a preset limit of $20,000. Got a gold and a platinum. With preset limit $20,000. Now it can change, it can go up and go down. It's predicated off your spending habits. That limit. So if you add that up, that's another 40,000. So now we're talking about 97,000 in business funding with a 10-day business. Right. So if you go about this strategically, you also can accomplish this. See, one of the things you have to understand, you have to know which banks are national banks, which banks are regional banks. That's the first thing. Which banks are in your area, because if it's not in your area, you have to do something that called a foreign entity. You have to file a foreign entity. Well, now you can conduct business in that particular area and you can get their financial products, like their business line of credit and their business loans and anything else, right? But then you also have to understand which bank report to which credit reporting agency, which is huge. Then you also got to give the banks what they want. So we know we can unsecured business credit card. We know we can do stated income. This means we don't have to show any proof of income. We can project that income. This means that based on our future business plan, our future invoices, we can put that down with unsecured business credit cards. This means all we have to do is get a business or then use our personal credit, put those 2 together. And without showing any proof of income, because this person wasn't making any income in his business, and we can still go get unsecured business credit cards. So you have to understand what the banks want. You have to understand not only what they want, but what credit bureau they pull from, which credit bureau they pull from. Credit reporting agency, not the bureau they pull from, right? So if you understand that, if you understand what products and services they have, so if you walk in there and ask for a business loan going to Chase and one of the requirements being in 2 years in business, you will never get it. However, if you go to a company called Revenue and ask for a business loan, business line of credit, you will get it without being in business for 2 years. But you have to have the income. See, understanding which banks, which requirements the banks want for that particular financial institution, then you'll be fine. Now, let's talk about the data points. So I talked about how your business needs to be properly structured. That's the first thing, properly structure your business. I talk about this all the time. Again, you can find this in my Patreon. Step by step, how to properly structure your business. I'm referring to an LLC, or you can have an S Corp or C Corp, some type of separate entity, then EIN, operating agreement, professional phone number, list your business on the public records, etc. Right? Virtual office, you're not a brick and mortar. That's properly structured business. Then you take your personal credit profile, the business owner credit, your credit, put the 2 together. But now your personal credit profile has to be in position. No late payments, no derogatory items, such as collection, charge-offs. Now, if you have these on your credit report, you can dispute it and remove it, or they have to be very old for some banks. All right. What about your credit utilization? Are you managing debt? Is it below 10%? So these are the data points that lenders look for. So if I'm evaluating your credit profile, or you yourself are evaluating your credit profile, these are the things that you look for. Do I have charge off? Do I have late payments? Do I have collections, right? Are the collections older than 2 years, right? What about, do I have a credit card that's on my credit report that's 5,000 or higher? So these are just some of the data points that you need to have on your credit profile. Again, subscribe to my Patreon and you'll get all this information, right? You'll get all this information that you need. So that's in a nutshell how we were able to get a brand new business. If you want to say $97,000 as opposed to $57,000, then yeah, because we just didn't count the charge cards. Again, that spending can go up and down. Hell, in 9 months, in 90 days, that spending on them charge cards can double if you strategically know how to manipulate your credit cards, I would say, because it's all a credit game. So I hope this was some value. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Again, one more information, subscribe to my Patreon. But I hope you learned a lot from this. I will see you next time. Peace out.